So here's something that sucks. My bedside lamp is not working. And I guess that probably doesn't seem like a big deal, but the thing is, I have this routine where I turn on my lamp in the morning and then, oh, hello. I turn on my lamp in the morning and then I take my pill. And because my lamp wasn't working yesterday, I did things a little bit differently and it threw me out of my routine, and so I forgot to take my pill, which means today I've had to take 2, and, you know, in the past, the change in hormones hasn't exactly worked out well for me. We'll see how I go today. There are other things going on in my head. But it just got me thinking about, like, how much of my life works because of routines. When I say works, I mean that loosely because I'm a mess. But, yeah, no, there's so many things that just... if I didn't have the routines, I don't know how I would get them done, how I would remember to do things. So yeah, that's what happens when I get up, turn on my lamp, take my pill, get up, do things. Other routines, I mean, obviously there's the whole going to bed routine. So like I brush my teeth, I go out, take Hopi out for a wee, I do my stretches, give Hopi his bedtime treats, he does some tricks for me, and then yeah, I go to bed. And, you know, those night stretches, I think, are pretty important so that my body doesn't just, like, go to shit. Especially when I sit around a lot. There are certain stretches with my legs that make my hips feel better. If I don't do them, my hips feel like garbage. I guess my posture is not great as well. What's the other routine? I don't know. There's things like... oh, well, that's my Sunday cleaning routine. If I didn't have that and go through the particular steps... I would just be living in chaos like I used to, you know. I used to have things all over my floor so that you couldn't really see my carpet, whereas now you can actually see carpet. The edges of my room are a mess, but at least there's some sense of order and I can get through things, and like I fold my clothes so I can actually find my clothes and not have to dig through a pile of stuff. Yeah, there's things like that, and you know, even my work routine, you know, driving that same route pretty much on autopilot. And there's just so much stuff that I do on autopilot. Yeah, it's just got me thinking about that. Now some habits and routines are not great. Like I had to delete Spider Solitaire and the whole Microsoft Solitaire thing. I just deleted it off my computer because, yeah, that routine of watching YouTube and mindlessly playing Spider Solitaire, it's just not good for me. It wastes time. There's an addictive element where, you know, like, because I'm playing hard level and it's hard to beat some of the games, and so I keep retrying, and then, you know, if it's a particularly hard one, it goes hours into the night. And I could be doing better things, so I just deleted it off my computer. And it's only been a few days, so my brain is still, like, trying to figure out what to do. Because, yeah, I did turn on YouTube and then automatically went to open it, like I wasn't even thinking. And then it wasn't there, and that's the only thing that stopped me from playing that stupid game. You know, I got up to level 305, and I'm just like, you nerd. Also, what... So, I don't know, it's just got me thinking, and maybe this is something to do with the lack of direction in my life. And, you know, like, even going to the studio, making myself go once a week, if I didn't have that going on, I probably wouldn't get anything creative done. I'm in a bit of a creative slump lately, but that's the thing, and wow, I'm getting a little bit depersonalized, I think, because I'm, like, watching myself make this video and not sure where I was going with stuff. I don't know, just the screwing up of my routine and screwing up how do I function. And I guess maybe that's why I'm struggling with other areas of my life, because they're not in some kind of routine that I can just autopilot my way through. And I don't know if this is connected to my lack of feeling. Like, I don't even know what I want to do a lot of the time. And I've got all these little projects, like getting the poetry book done. I go through phases where I can do it and phases where I can't, and it's not a habit, so it often just sits there to the side. So what actually makes me get things done? Like, how did I get my merch finished? I'm not really sure what it was that made that happen, so, yeah, I don't know. And maybe doing YouTube every day, that's helped me get into the habit. Maybe that helped me get the merch done, because I'm thinking about, you know, I gotta do more stuff for YouTube. Maybe that's what it is. I guess I'm just feeling a bit confused about my life at the moment and how much of what I do is actually automatic. And I guess that sort of goes towards like, you know, consciousness is kind of an illusion. And maybe I'm derealizing a bit. I don't know. Just this is something I've been thinking for a while. Like, there's so many things that I just do automatically, and like even when I'm having a bit of a meltdown in some kind of a way, or I'm spacing out, or you know, just my brain is doing things that are not helpful, even when that happens, like especially at night, once I can get into that autopilot, that routine, I get it done and I get to bed and just go through the steps. As long as I don't get frozen up in any part of it, I will eventually get to bed. It's just making that routine start that is sometimes tricky, and yeah, it can lead to me staying up a while. But also, like, you know, walking my dog, the two different routes. I've got a long route and a short route. That's often done on autopilot, and I'm often just walking that and my brain is doing other things. I find that a lot. I guess there's a lot of activities that I do that don't really require me to have any complicated thoughts, and so my thoughts go elsewhere, and then I'm sorry, I'm just noticing myself making the video again, and it's a bit jarring. Yeah, I don't know, just like my thoughts are elsewhere, and I'm going through whatever routine, and it just feels weird. I don't know if this video has a point. It's just something I noticed about myself. And yeah, the extent that I use autopilot to get things done. And I'm not sure whether to come to any kinds of conclusions. Maybe it's just because my life's boring, but like, maybe it's a resource management thing, because, you know, not being on an autopilot, you have to actually think more, and maybe my brain's too tired to think about things that take more effort. Like, it's hard for me to sit down and do music, for example, and maybe that's because I have to think more about things, whereas other things that I do are automatic. I guess at the studio, not being, you know, with my art, not being in that whole creative mode, maybe it's because the things that I'm doing do require some thought. Like, there's some text-based art. I've got to think of the words to finish these artworks, and I just can't. But then I can sit down and spend hours having a fight with a ball of wool that's gotten all tangled, and I can do that. But the moment I have to think about something and actually do it, my brain's like, nah, just go back to the automatic, thoughtless thing. Sort of just thinking out loud here. But yeah, something about, maybe it's my concentration, or just my brain's willingness to focus. And so, like, I've spent all this time thinking, yeah, I've got some concentration problems, but they're not that bad, surely. And then I realized, actually, I'm doing a lot of stuff on autopilot, and things that require more than autopilot, yeah, I'm struggling. It's just a strange psychology thing for this morning. I might have a nap because, yeah, I didn't sleep great this morning. There's a lot of noise. And so maybe I'm spacing out a bit just because I'm tired. And yeah, the last while I have not gotten good sleep. And I'm also anxious about seeing the dissociation specialist tomorrow. By the time you see this video, I'll have already been there. So, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just have a nap, and then I want to try and make some more videos today, but just see how I go. That's it for now. Sorry the camera's been shaking, just sitting with the phone on my knees. Haven't even turned on my computer. I'm too busy fixing Mikey's as well. That hasn't helped. But yeah, I think also forgetting to take the pill. My hormones are probably a bit out of whack. There's a lot going on. Yeah, and brains are weird, life is weird, reality is weird, existence is weird. Yeah, I think I need to lie down. Bye.